Reshmi, how are you?
I'm good, Shweta. How are you?
Very well.
So, how's Hyderabad treating you?
Just landed and already so happy seeing the greenery, seeing the color of the flowers and all memories coming back. It's always special to be in Hyderabad.
Yeah. So, how was your experience when you were with NIFT? What all did you do during your stint here?
That 1 year was so much fun because it was the first of many. It was the first time I saw a movie in IMAX for the first time. And my dad had also come here. And I
Hmm.
had taken him again, Everest karke it was. And it was because usse pehle I was in Delhi and I don't think Delhi had IMAX. Tab tak. I think maybe Hyderabad was one of the first cities to have IMAX.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that experience was so special, and I remember my dad that time also he told me that you must experience this because this is one thing that I've learned from him, that life is all about experiencing things.
Yeah. Did you watch any
That
Telugu
everything.
movies in those days?
Yes, there was this movie Boys
Yeah,
with
yeah.
Siddharth and Genelia. Yeah, they were a part of it, and I remember I had so much fun, and even the music was amazing. Mr. Rahman, of course.
Yeah.
So Boys was there, and there was also Katrina. That name I'm forgetting. It was Katrina Kaif's one of her couple kind of
Malleshwari.
films.
Malleshwari. She's a princess in that.
Yes. That's
Hmm.
it. So I had seen that, and I love seeing films and shows in stories in the original language
Yeah. Yeah.
because there is this acting is not just what you see visually; it is what you hear as well.
Hmm.
It is what you feel. So I feel that when the language is the original language that it's meant to be, then
Hmm.
I enjoy that more. So those were the two films that I remember. Then of course, I think if you come to Hyderabad once, so chutney ka naam to hota hi hota hai. There is
Hmm.
you can't possibly miss. And this is I'm talking about 2002, 2003. So
Hmm.
that time, for the first time in my life, I had the butter paneer dosa.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
Then it was again the first time I had taken a community rickshaw where they were like, because we were in Madhanagar, no,
Madhapur.
Madhapur,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
high tech city. So we used to all students for 3 rupees. We used to get onto the same rickshaw, same auto, and
Yeah.
then travel till a point. So first for fashion shows as well because I was in NIFT, and so we used to go to I remember Taj Banjara Hills only. I think वहाँ पे fashion show देखना because again coming back to experience because books can teach you and tell you so much, but
Right.
when you see what happens backstage and how difficult it is because fashion is not just again what you see in the photos or what you see on the runway. It is
True.
all
True.
the hard work that goes on behind that, be it designers, be it models, be it makeup artists. There's so much that happens. So that was
Yeah.
a great learning experiences. I mean, the people, Shilpa Ramam, that was a very, again, close to heart. There's this mirchi bhajia that you get in Shilpa Ramam with coconut chutney. That
Um,
I used to love.
that's great. That's great. So you remember
Yeah.
so much about, you have vivid memories of all that, although it's been quite a while, right?
True, and that is what a city can do to you, and which is why I feel it's so important to travel. It's so important to live in different cities because you get to know about the people, the culture, the music, literature. There is so much that like India is really rich,
True, true,
and I
true.
think we take it for granted. We tend to forget, but travel reminds you of like even the airport, the Hyderabad airport. Oh my God, it's huge, and you've made a mall also. Be it the restaurants, everything, be it bars. It looks very cool, very inviting.
Yeah. So you watch Telugu movies even now? Anything that you watched recently and liked?
Recently, I have not seen much content actually.
Hmm.
I'm trying to think what is the latest thing. The last show that I saw was Kala Pani on Netflix,
Okay. No,
and
recently I
then
think
I've
not
seen
I mean, like there was RRR, there was Pushpa, and
correct.
yeah, yeah.
No,
So
they are on my list of films to watch.
Oh.
And in fact, I've come to Hyderabad for a few meetings also early on,
Mm.
and I think there is the right time and place for everything. So very because I've done a Tamil film,
Mm.
so I would love to explore because I never want language to be a barrier or language to be a reason कि अरे चलो I want to be an actor. I don't want to be ऐसा नहीं कि Hindi speaking or this speaking. So
Yeah.
whenever there is a story character in Telugu, I would love to explore that.
Any actor on your wish list that you want to act with? Any Telugu actor that you like?
There are so many, but one actor that I'm very happy who is from Hyderabad, Vijay Verma.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'm just so because we did Kalkut together, we did Mirzapur season 2, season 3 together, and I think he's one of the finest actors we have, and it's always such a joy working with him because when you work with such dedicated, such disciplined actors, then even your best comes out.
True, 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 true.
So Vijay, I mean, I'm so glad that I get to work with him.
Yeah. So your father was a bureaucrat and mom was an academician. So usually, when you have that kind of background, career choice is usually to pursue academics, right? So how did
True.
the shift to acting happen?
I think thankfully I got very lucky also because my parents are very culturally inclined.
Hmm.
So since childhood, we have been going for Hema Malini ki dance performances or Prithvi Theatre Festivals or just plays or NSD. So it was, I think, thank God that my parents believe that education is not just from the books.
Hmm.
It is about life experiences. It's what you learn from each other and what you give to each other. So
Yeah.
I don't think they ever thought I'll get into acting full time. I never thought that I will get into acting full time. I thought it's something that I love, but
Hmm.
I didn't accept or didn't know that I have that option because there is also this image that you get from magazines and from interviews that this is how it is. But then I feel it just makes me believe that if you want to do something with pure intention, then you will find a way.
Yeah. True.
And be it like since even when I was in college or school, we were always in theater workshops or dance workshops. I've learned Bharatanatyam for 3 years when dad was posted in the Andamans and Nicobar Islands. So there was always some form of art that we were learning, some skill that was being taught to us. And yes, education was very important. Padhai, marks, very important. Like my parents, but at the same time, thankfully, I was encouraged to participate in debates.
Hmm.
I was encouraged to. I was a vice president of the Interact Club where we used to do social service.
Hmm.
So that, like, I still remember in my 12th standard, जब वो एक कौन सा डे होता है where people are the students are handed off medals and awards. So
Hmm.
while my classmates were getting awards in arts or humanities or math, I got a gold medal for social service.
Wow. That's awesome.
And I never thought that was anything more or less. Like So I think it's what you want to do in life. And once you know that, if you are clear about it, then the world, the people around you, they will support and help you. But you need that clarity. You need to know and tell people that you're not going to compromise on your dreams. Because
Yeah.
I really don't think, the way I like to operate, I don't think I'm in competition with anybody. There is so much to learn from each other. There is healthy competition. But everybody's journey is very different. Everybody's choices are very different.
Yeah. True. So how is life growing up in Andaman and Nicobar? Because it's mostly a touristy place, but you could
Hmm.
call it your home for a while. So how is it
Yeah.
like?
That we were in heaven. We were literally in heaven. I mean, when being in the fifth, sixth, seventh standard and going to beaches on weekends and cricket khelna with a coconut ka broken thing and with small little coconuts and the kind of food, fresh food.
Yeah.
वहाँ पे fast food is the kind of fast food I like, which was जो खाना जल्दी बन जाए and
Hmm.
not your burgers and stale food, food that has been refrigerated or dehydrated. No. So I'm very grateful that my those 3 years were spent on this beautiful island where even cultures, there were Bengalis, Telugu, Tamils, North Indians. It was such a mix of everybody, and I'm again so grateful. It was such a safe place. We could go wherever at whatever time. There was You didn't feel unsafe. Um, Got to meet tribals as well. Got to meet. There were turtles. I remember who used to उनका egg lay करने के लिए we had gone over there. So it was a very wholesome experience, and one of the best years of my life. Like those 3 years, I mean, we were in heaven.
Yeah. So there's this Masaan, Mirzapur, Haramkhor. Which
Hmm.
project and character could you relate to most?
Mirzapur Masaan. There are different things from the different characters.
Hmm.
Like I love that Shalu from Masaan. For her, love was the most important thing, and she didn't care about caste, class, age, height. Well, these are things that I don't think you should pay attention to. What you
Hmm.
should pay attention to is how you connect with the other human, what you
Hmm.
feel for the other human, and how that person makes you feel. So I think that with Shalu was one of the biggest connects, like her philosophy towards love, and also
Hmm.
that she was not afraid to love. She didn't
Hmm.
care about what the society would think or what family would think, because she didn't think she was doing anything wrong. So that's what I love about Shalu. Poetry, of course. Thanks to Shalu, I realized that I personally really like poetry as well. And every character that you play, that character leaves a bit of themselves in you, and you
Yeah.
leave a little bit of yourself in the character.
True.
Haram Khor mein, I could not fathom, I could not understand that why is she in love with a teacher who is married like this. These are just what we call red flags
Hmm.
today. So, and then again at that age, you're not thinking that much, because I was, I think, maybe 28 years old when I was playing a 14-year-old.
Hmm.
So that's the thing that yes, as Shweta, you have learned a lot. But as Sandhya, who's all of 14, she doesn't know. Her parents are not there. Her
Hmm.
father is not physically there or in person, or for education, or for comfort, or for love, or for guidance. So a teacher who is filling in that space, you tend to look up to that person. And you don't even realize कि कब वही आपका फायदा उठाने लगता है. So it
Hmm.
was a lot of, like, I could not relate to Sandhya at all, because she's so naive, and she's just so beautiful. Like, you want to protect her.
Hmm.
Mirzapur Golu, I love. She is the most complex character. I've had the most fun finding her, being her, playing her.
Hmm.
She's my absolute favorite. And even once the shoot is over, she doesn't leave me for a very long time, which is not a fun experience, because her world is very dark. So even
Hmm.
after season 2 and 3, I went down a spiral uh,
Hmm.
when the shoot was over. And as actors, we have to be careful about that, because when you're wearing costume, when you're seeing so much,
Yeah.
emotionally you're going through so much, that you've lost your sister, that the person that you love, they then being shot in front of you, and we know it's acting. मतलब हमें पता है कि ये reality नहीं है, but कहीं ना कहीं the cells in our body don't know that when we are breathing those emotions. So
Yeah.
that sometimes gets a little complicated. I'm trying to get better at it. But yeah, I love Gatigamni Gupta.
Yeah. And also you worked with, some immensely talented artists like Ali Fazal, Vikrant Massey and
Hmm.
Nawazuddin, Vicky Kaushal. So who was your favorite co-actor? I mean, is there any reason that you really loved working with one of them?
The thing is कि पता है co-actor भी ना, because in different phase of your life you're working with them when they were also in a different phase of their life. Like
Hmm.
for me, I just started shooting for Ye Kali Kali Aankhein season 2,
Hmm.
and we had, like, Tahir and I, we had some really good meaty scenes,
Hmm.
which were so much fun. And before that was Mirzapur, where Ali and Vijay Verma,
Hmm.
and it's just so much fun to act with co-actors who take their work so seriously, who make you better. Then of
Yeah.
course, मतलब अब हरामखोर में तो नवाज भाई हैं, उनका तो हम क्या ही बोले.
Hmm.
And then Vicky, even Jeetu in Gone Kesh. So मतलब it's literally वो fair ही नहीं हुआ. In fact, there's a film that I've done, Zoo, in which there's Shashank.
Mm.
Shashank, who's in Made in Heaven, and he's also such a brilliant actor. So I've had a blast working with all these actors because they all have a very different style of acting.
Mm.
सबका एक दूसरे से बहुत अलग होता है. But when you know that you are working with such actors, then you feel safe also. That even if you go thoda idhar udhar, they've got you.
Yeah.
And one thing, sorry, in the previous wala question, what I love about Golu is I still remember that when she stands up for elections, student elections, because she feels कि मुझे सफाई करनी है कॉलेज की. And by सफाई, it's not like litter, but litter जो लोगों के दिमाग में है. Because मुन्ना भैया की वजह से एक जो डर फैला होता है, she wants to stand up and she is not afraid. That's what I love about Golu. That she is
Mm.
unstoppable. That she studies, she makes her case stronger, she stands up for the elections against Munna and she wins. And that she says जब power में हम आएंगे तो power में सिर्फ हम नहीं आएंगे, आप लोग आएंगे. So all those philosophies I really like of Golu.
Hmm. And also, you played a wide range of characters, badass, Benti, and is it a conscious choice or actually the projects came to you? How did it happen?
I think it's a subconscious choice.
Hmm.
And projects definitely came, and I want to have fun when I'm on set because that place makes me the happiest. So I think that is very clear, and I know that if I have fun, my audience will have fun. And same मतलब अगर हम रोज ही वही खाएंगे तो वो मजा चला जाता है. So to my
Yeah.
audience, because I have got a lot of love and respect for them, so I feel I owe it to them that I want to surprise them. I don't want to be a predictable actor. I want to be choosy for good content that when my audience, when they are watching it, उनको मजा आना चाहिए because I think we all have this one life. We should
Yeah.
have as much fun as possible. And when people are watching OTT or movies or whatever, even if it's let's say subscription or you buy a ticket, more than the money, you are asking people for their time, which for me is very important.
Yeah.
I'm asking people to invest. Like if it's a film, then an hour and a half to 2 hours. If it's a series, I'm asking for that 8 to 9 hours. That's a lot of time. That's a lot of investment of the most precious thing, which is time. So I feel if I'm asking my audience for that, then I want to give them something that will make it worth it.
Yeah, definitely. So besides Mirzapur season 3, what are your upcoming projects?
So there's Ye Kali Kali Aankhein season 2 with Netflix, which we just started shooting. So I'll be shooting for that till April.
Hmm.
And I think तब तक Mirzapur 3 की date भी आ जाएगी. So then we will get busy promoting that.
Okay. And your IG handle is Batata Vada. It's
Yeah.
quite interesting and unusual. So what's the story behind that name? I mean, is it because you love that snack?
I do, but I never had a batata vada till the time I came to Bombay actually. And batata vada ka my thing was that batata, which is a potato, aloo.
Yeah.
आप कुछ भी cuisine में ले लो, आप veg, non-veg, vegan कहीं भी ले लो. Potato is something that it's a staple, and whatever flavor you put to it, it will take the flavor of that.
Yeah.
So as an actor, that is who I want to be. That when you see me on screen, you see my character first and then me. I don't want you to see Shweta. I want you to see Golu, Shadu, Inakshi, all of them first. I want my audience to relate to it, feel something. Like for me, that is as an artist, it's very important that I make my audience महसूस एक word होता है. तो कि महसूस करें कुछ, because I think in today's day and age where everybody is going so much into their phones and social media and internally, I think it's nice to feel. It's good to engage. I want to spark conversations with the kind of stories and characters I do. I want them to stay with me. One of my favorite films is Jojo Rabbit. It'll be my dream to make something like Jojo Rabbit because when I finished watching that, I literally felt like somebody's punched me in my stomach. So I think relevant things that raise the bar of human emotions, that is what I'm after. I want to investigate humanity through the stories and the parts that I play.
Okay.
And it's very difficult because last year I was sitting at home without being on set. And I can't tell you how frustrating it is.
Mm.
because I love doing this. Yes, money, fame, followers, all that is very important, but I do this because I love acting, I love telling stories. And not being able to do that because I don't know, the right kind of projects were not coming, what was coming, I was not excited by it. So, वो weight game तो चलता ही रहता है. So, but I have promised myself that I'm going to be mindful about this and I am going to be choosy because every time you play a character, it's also exhausting mentally and physically.
Mm.
So you give your energy to those people on set, to that project. So that energy to me is very important. So I want to protect it as much as possible.
Yeah, and I had shared two pictures. Do you have a look at them? One of you wearing a
Yes,
sari, and yeah, which one
yes.
is closest to your personality? Which of these resonates with your personality actually?
So I actually, matlab, I don't believe in violence.
Hmm.
I really hope and wish and pray that nobody has to do something like that.
Yeah.
Uh, but if you remove the gun out, then I do relate to this girl staring right in front because she's standing up for what she believes in.
Hmm.
What I love about the other picture is the playfulness. It's the kind of fashion that I would want to do, where I am dressed like it's. I really enjoyed that look, and it's from one of my favorite designers, Karan Torani.
Hmm.
So that, but that is a little more girly for me. So I don't think I'm that girly in real life. So, but if you remove Golu's gun, then Golu.
Yeah. So nice. Thank you so much for talking to us, Shweta. It was so nice talking to you. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Reshmi.